For number 14, it's asking us that if we solve this equation by completing the square, so we notice again that it's a quadratic, so we can do it by completing the square, which equation is part of the solution? So let's just go complete the square. Solve this by completing the square. So remember, our first step, if I have something in standard form, is to move the c term to the other side, which they already did. That's why we're missing it here, and it's -1 here. Second is to figure out what am I adding to both sides. So that's the plus a box on both sides. Oops. And how do we fill in that box? Well, the equation that we've learned was to fill it in with b over 2 squared. Divide by 2 and square it. Right? And that's what goes into both boxes. So what's our b term though? Our b is just the 14. So how do we fill that in? If we divide 14 divided by 2, let's just do this off to the side, 14 over 2, and square it, what do we get? We're going to get 14 divided by 2 is 7, squared is 49. So that's what I'm going to fill into both of these boxes. And then we can solve out the rest of this. So the left side, the whole point in completing the square is so we can rewrite it as something squared. And so what is it? Well, let's just factor this out, and you'll see that it's always going to be this number divided by 2 is the term that we need. But what multiplies to x is x times x. So this is going to count for both of them. And what multiplies to 49 is 7 times 7. And so the left side just factors to x plus 7. The right side, we just add those together, and we get 48. And so this is the step that we're referring to, and I'll tell you right now that all the solutions here are incorrect. Right? So it should be x plus 7 squared is equal to 48. And just so you can see the rest of the solution and how to solve this by completing the square, now that we have this, we can solve by using our square roots. And what do I get is x plus 7 is equal to plus or minus, since it's an even root, 48. Square root of that. And 48, let's go ahead and simplify that. So I know that's going to be 8 times 6, which is 4 times 2, and 3 times 2, and this is 2 times 2. So remember, we're looking for doubles since we're doing the square root or second root. And so I have a double 2, another double 2, so both of those double 2's go on the outside, so that's a 2 times 2 is 4, and a 3 left on the inside. So what do I get is x plus 7 is equal to plus or minus 4 root 3. And then if I just subtract the 7, we get our final answer, which is x is equal to negative 7 plus or minus 4 root 3. So again, we see that none of these steps show up here, but the one that they were looking for was the one that was here. It should have been x plus 7 is equal to, squared is equal to 48, not x plus 8 or x plus 4. So it should be this one, so it's none of them were correct.